Hi, I'm Ed LaFamme, head harvester from the East Coast.
And I'm Fred Haskett, head harvester from the Mid-Coast. So, hey Ed, I was meaning to ask you, a few weeks ago you were working with an owner who had an account manager who was very ambitious.
Yes.
And he didn't have a career ladder or standards in place.
That's right.
You know, how did that go? How's that turning out?
Well, we discussed it, but the problem we have right now, it's this time of year, they're so busy that we decided to put it out 90 days. Then we're going to begin that project to put that all in place. So it's so far so good.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
remember, the next step after standards
Yeah.
is creating systems and processes
Okay.
to make sure you're executing those standards.
Right.
You know, growing a business today has many challenges. And part of that, and one of the most critical parts, is creating systems and processes for getting things done. Getting working systems in place is a difficult process, but it's critically important because as your business grows, if you don't have those systems in place, you're going to get buried.
That's true. And that happens because there's always change. When you have growth, the dynamics change and the companies grow to different plateaus, right?
Right, and if they're not good with their systems,
Right.
those plateaus can turn into valleys.
Yeah, and that could be a really big problem. So if we're going to measure properly, we really need to put these systems in place.
That's right.
Yeah.
And one of the problems that I see is that owners focus a lot on sales and growth, but not managing the day-to-day operating systems. They need to create a balance between those two areas.
Yeah, and you know, Fred, that's interesting. A lot of owners call me, and I think maybe you can relate to this, that they feel overwhelmed because of the time of year and how busy they are, but also because they lack the systems that they really should have.
Right.
So it's really important to try to put those together so that they have the systems and processes in place that really have a much smoother sailing ship. And I think you know about sailing, right?
Oh yeah, smooth sailing. You know, and a good example of a system is having an onboarding system for new jobs, for new clients. A checklist that makes sure you don't miss any steps in that, so you create a very good first impression with the client. So consider this when you're putting a process together. What is the employee's role in this?
Okay, yeah. Also, you want to consider making sure that the employees know who to report to, and you can do that on an organization chart. And we call it a people plan. Because you can project those out actually 3 years, where you are now, and the next 3 years out, what that organization chart would look like. Then you can anticipate the people you need in your company 3 years from now.
Yeah, and it's critically important that the employees are part of that process because they know how their jobs are being done.
Good point.
So remember, keep up the pace with your growth by having systems and processes in place. And if you're not doing this or you need some help, give us a call. We can help.
That's awesome. So I'm Ed LaFamme, head harvester from the East Coast.
And I'm head harvester Fred Haskett from the Mid-Coast.
So hopefully this information has helped you to start thinking in terms of
systems and processes.
Awesome. Hey, we have to do that for the harvest group, huh?
It would be nice.
Yeah, I know.
We have Bill to deal with.
Oh, that's true. Oh,
So,
man.
God.
Well, he's a pretty systems process guy, isn't he?
He's the master of distraction.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to talk to him about that. Put
Yeah.
that on our action list. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, Fred, take it.